All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Salita once again. Before I jump into this video, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, so please don't look at me as one because I don't want to be one. Um, Anything that comes out of my mouth pertaining to any of these videos is strictly for entertainment purposes only. So whatever you do with your money is what you do with your money when it comes to these stocks and these crypto plays. Anyways, let's go and get to it. We're going to talk about crypto, the crypto side of things first. Basically, I'm going to start it off with SHIB, as you can see. As of right now, SHIB is looking very, very good, in my opinion. I still feel that we're going to have to go up to 3,607 of a penny to break. And after that, we'll end up going to that 11,000, the 11 thousandths of a penny range, basically losing a zero sometime in the near future. I will show that very, very shortly. But as of right now, I just want you guys to see what I'm seeing on the, the other side of things with this other indicator that I'm using right now. So right now, SHIB looks good. Like I said, over here on the MACD indicator, you can also see that the MACD line is actually getting ready to catch up with the signal line. And once that crosses, then it's game on, in my opinion. That's when we're going to start seeing a nice hefty amount of upside, something that looks like this, if you will. But that's only in my opinion. So far, so good on SHIB. There's really not much to talk about on SHIB, except for we got a break across this the previous daily high so far as of right now, which is around 2,314 of a penny. And then after that, we may end up getting up to the area of the equilibrium, possibly breaking that and reaching up towards the previous weekly high, which is actually around 2,966 of a penny. So with that being said, I feel that once, like I said, once this MACD line crosses the signal line, I feel that we're going to end up breaking past all of this. And we end up going towards this area of the 3,600 of a penny range, and possibly fighting for that move to get the hell on up out of the range that we're in now, and then break on up towards new all-time highs. The next all-time high, which I really do feel, in my opinion, once we get our squeeze on SHIB, is around 11 thousandths of a penny. So I feel that SHIB is going to be losing a zero very, very soon. But like I say, take with a grain of salt. That's just me, and we'll just have to see in the near future, right? All right, so let's go to AMC real quick. All right, so AMC has broken out of the discount zone area. So now, as you can see, it bounced off the top of the discount zone area and it went up towards the previous weekly high. And then once it touched the previous weekly high, we ended up getting rejected, and we ended up ending the day somewhere around, I think it was $2.98, I believe. Yeah, $2.98. We had a good day today. We ended up going up 9.5%, a little over 9.5%, which is very, very beautiful in my opinion. As you can see, we have a premium zone right here, which is around that $4.50 range, going up to around $5 basically. So I feel that we're going to end up covering all this in right here. This gap needs to be filled, of course. But as of right now, in my opinion, we have a signal right here on the MACD showing that the MACD is actually intertwined with the signal line. So that's why you see this purple dot that popped up. There is a slight chance that we may see something like this right here in this little area where we trade sideways. I do feel that we may possibly barcode a little while going into earnings. If we don't, that'll be awesome. Would love to see us go higher than $3. I kind of figured that today we was gonna have that issue on fighting on trying to get past $3, and we ended up fighting it today, and we ended up touching $3.03. But of course, as I said before in my previous video, that we was going to end up possibly going sideways. But I still think that there's going to be more sideways trading. I could be wrong. If not, I would love to be wrong on that, and we continue going to the upside. But so far so good on AMC. AMC is actually showing a lot of strength now that the MACD is beginning to cross the signal line. Your premium zone right here. I feel that if now, please take with a grain of salt on what I'm about to say about this area. If before earnings, if we can get up to this area, I do feel that we will get that pullback going into earnings as well. And then after earnings, possibly a week after earnings, we end up shooting up even higher. My range is still that $8.50 range. Equilibrium sits around $6.60 all the way up to the $7 range. Once we break past this premium zone, I feel that the next premium zone will be very, very easy to break through, and then we're gonna have to have us the fight of our lives right here, if you will, around that 660 to $7 range. Like I said before, I still do think that we are gonna reach that $8.50 range. It would be lovely to see it before earnings, but I do feel that possibly a week after earnings, it could possibly happen. But like I say, it's not financial advice. Take everything that I say with a grain of salt, okay? I will also be showing the comparison of AMC as well after, I show you guys SoFi and GameStop. So let's move over to SoFi real quick. Okay, SoFi. I called it earlier in my Discord that there was a slight chance that we could end up getting a pullback down to the low sevens, possibly $7, and we ended up doing that today. It was kind of more like a pump fake, in my opinion. As you can see right here on the MACD as well, we got a red dot indicating that the MACD has fell below the signal line. We actually ended up rejecting off of our previous daily high along with the previous weekly low. So there is a slight chance that we can end up coming back down and then end up, moving up to the upside. I feel that it's going to be a nice heavy push. Now, let me rewind back a little bit. Tomorrow, we could end up just going right back up to the upside and end up getting into this premium zone. But as of right now, from how I'm seeing it, even though we have a blue indicator right here, signalizing that we can go even higher right now, I still think that we could possibly barcode as well here too into earnings. But I'm getting a strong feeling based off of my TA that we may end up getting up here to this zone, this premium zone right here, sooner than later as well too, because we also have a gap right here at the equilibrium zone. After we touch this, there may be a slight chance that we can also end up going towards that $9 range. But in my opinion right now, I don't think that is going to happen just yet. I do feel that we may end up getting that gap fill and possibly coming back down. Ooh, excuse me. I feel that we might end up covering this gap and coming back down, and then possibly bouncing off the top of the premium zone and moving on up after that into the $9 range. I can see us around $9 no later than June, in my opinion, but I do honestly feel that it may be way earlier than that. But like I say, take everything that I say with a grain of salt. But SoFi looks very good right now, in my opinion. Now let me go over here to GameStop real quick, and then I will show you guys the comparison of AMC, GameStop, and of course the SPY as well. I'm definitely going to talk about the SPY, but I'm going to save the SPY for last. So GameStop right now, we ended up we're still kind of in that discount zone area. We're kind of hanging on to the corner of it. So in my opinion, this is still a fire sale. MACD is showing a lot of strength that we're about to get ready to cross the signal line, as you can see as well up here with the purple. purple is starting to fade out, and it's about to get ready to possibly go into the green, maybe in the next 2-3 trading days. We could possibly go up to the previous weekly high, and then we end up coming back down and retesting on the previous weekly low. But we have to break that daily high, that the previous daily high, which was around $10.58, $10.57. So GME looks very good. We also have a gap right here, of course, by the equilibrium zone, and I feel that once this is broken, we're going to get ready to go up here towards that $16 range, and we may get a test with a pullback, and then after earnings or during earnings, we could possibly see that $20+ range. I still think that GameStop is going to go to about $21. Not financial advice, but like I say, I don't know when, but I do feel that it could possibly be during or after earnings. But as stated before, take everything with a grain of salt. Today was pretty decent on GameStop. It wasn't too bad. We ended up closing around $10.30. As of right now, in the after hours, it's up 0.5%, basically around 5 cents. So it's looking good. It's looking real good. So let's go ahead and jump over to the comparisons now. First, we're going to talk about, let me save this real quick. But first, we're going to talk about AMC's comparison. And then we'll move to GameStop's comparison. And after that, we're going to do SPY last. I'm trying to make this video as quick as possible. But of course, it's so much to talk about in such little time. Let me go ahead and readjust. Your right-hand side that I'm readjusting now is your ancient past, while on the left-hand side is your present time right now. So let me move this real quick. Let me get everything situated. All right. I'm only going to show the 3 arrows from right here. I'm going to leave everything the same on the present time right now. So I spoke of us barcoding possibly into earnings, right? There may be a chance that we might not be barcoding into earnings. I still do think that we may barcode, but there is a possibility, a high possibility now, seeing how we broke above the $3 range only by 3 cents. It's kind of making me lean towards that we may end up pushing a little bit higher. Also with the MACD on the signal line, they're literally just touching right now, and I feel that once we get above that, it's gonna be pretty nice in my opinion. So far so good on AMC as far as comparison goes. I feel that the bottom is in. Back in the ancient past, it looked a little bit more. It was a little bit more slower, and then we ended up reaching towards that I guess you can say that shoulder. It was kind of like a shoulder right here, and then it went down some more, and then popped up, created another shoulder, and then after that went on up. So I feel that AMC has finally done its inverse. We got a shoulder right here, and right here in this area, and I feel that this was just a quick form of a head, and then we're gonna go ahead and trade sideways, and then possibly in the earnings we can finish off the rest of that shoulder. It could, like I say, it could possibly happen sooner than later, maybe before earnings. And then into earnings, we possibly get something like this, go up to the $4.50 range, and then after that, get that nice little pullback, and then we start moving on up. So right here we have a gap on the present side of things, and that's around the $3.95 all the way to $4 range. You guys already know, if you followed AMC and been in this play as long as I've been in this play for over 3 years. You guys would obviously know that once we get to certain levels, like especially when we hit full dollar amount prices, we tend to start having battles out, like the battle of $3, the battle of $4, and so on. Even after the reverse stock split happened, it's still been going on. So I don't know, but I guess that's just what happens with AMC. But I do feel that we're gonna end up, as of right now, I do feel that we may end up barcoding sideways going into earnings. If not, then we can possibly end up pushing higher. But like I say, so far so good with AMC. In the after hours right now, AMC is actually down 1.70%, basically 5 cents down. We closed the day around $2.98. We had a nice day of 9.56%. I do feel that in the after hours, I'm sorry, not the after hours, going into pre-market in the morning, we may see some more green. Take that with a grain of salt. We may see a little bit more green, but like I say, it'll be around that $3 range. And if we do get above that $3 range, we're gonna end up possibly getting pushed back down under that $3 range, and we're just gonna barcode it out, in my opinion. But excuse me. So far, so good with AMC as far as comparison goes. We also have this ancient gap fill as well, but we're not going to talk too much about the ancient gap fill this time because on the present time, that gap fill is somewhere around, I believe, the $9 to $10 range. So, but once we get there, we'll talk more about that. All right, so let's move on over. Let me save this real quick. We're gonna go ahead and move on over to GameStop now. GameStop's comparison, and then after that, we'll do SPY, and then this video will be done, so you guys can carry on with your lovely lives. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so as you can see, right hand side is the previous time, and left side is the ancient past. Give me a sec while I adjust the left side. Okay, there we go. Let me readjust this side too, because my camera's hiding the blue arrow. Okay, so today was pretty decent as well. I feel that we ended up getting our bottom already. MACD on the present side of things is showing a nice amount of strength that we're about to get ready to pass the signal line. MACD is about to cross the signal line, and hopefully we can end up into that green, and we continue seeing that green. As of right now, I do feel that we're going to get a nice green day tomorrow, in my opinion. I do feel that that it's going to end up looking something like this right here with these two pip candles, where we end up getting some form of a double bottom, but at the same time a double top as well, to where it'll probably scare out a few more paper hands, a few more weak-handed people that are in this play, and then we might start seeing gap ups, as you can see here. Now, what I do feel, in my opinion, is that if we do get major gap ups, which obviously right here as well too, I did draw out a red box right here showing that this is another area of a gap. This gap is around 1380s all the way up to around the 1450s, 1460s range. I do feel that we can possibly go up to that, and then after that we can possibly retest and then continue moving on up towards that $20 to $21 range, which I do feel will be our peak. And then we end up getting a retest and so forth, and then, you know, we end up moving to the upside. But the only way that could possibly happen once we end up getting through this is if we don't have no gaps. If we just leg up, that'll be perfect. But I do feel that we will have some gap ups, and then we're going to end up doing the same thing as such over here as we did in the ancient past. We're going to end up filling in those gaps, and then we'll end up continue moving back to the upside. But I'm about to say AMC. GameStop looks good. In the after hours right now with GameStop, y'all are actually up basically 0.5%, up 5 cents. Today, GameStop closed around $10.30, basically down 0.68%. I do feel that it's going to be some upside tomorrow. You might get a nice little spike up tomorrow, maybe to around that. Let me see, that 1080s range, maybe even 1070, 1080 range, I guess. And then we end up coming back down and creating, like I said, that double top and that double bottom, which as you see in the ancient past. But take everything with a grain of salt. I'm just going based off what I see in the past and where I feel we may be. All right. So let me save. Well, I don't need to save that. Let's go on and jump over to the SPY now. And after that, we will be done. All right. So as you can see, left side, ancient past, right side, present time. Let me readjust. Oh, wow, that was super crazy. Let me move this over a little bit more. All right, there we go. All right. Let me readjust this side because kind of in the way. We'll put it right there. So that way you guys can see this purple arrow up here. So I did call a few days ago in well, I believe that was about 7 or 8 days ago when I last spoke about the SPY, that we was going to end up going down to the low 500s. Well, we ended up doing that, and it's actually just basically following as such over here. I do think that we're going to get some more downside because we have a gap to fill, which is around $4.96, $496, and as of right now, we already have started beginning to create that downside to where we're going to go on and possibly cover this gap and then get that bounce back up to the upside. As you can see right here on the MACD, we fell drastically the moment that we reached around that 525, 524 zone. After that, I do feel that it's going to be looking something like this in the ancient past. We end up getting a nice little move back up. And I feel that once we do that, we'll possibly reach that 530 range and then come back down once again and retest this range around 507, maybe 510. It's not going to always look the same. And then after that, we end up continue moving on up. So in my opinion, I feel that once we hit the 530s range, get that retest, we will possibly go higher and then touch 540, get another retest possibly around 525, and then after that push on up towards a new high of maybe 550 to 570. Excuse me. But like I say, take everything with a grain of salt. This is just my opinion based off my own TA, and so far it's been tracking. So if you bought puts on this bad boy, congratulations, you made a nice little profit today. If you did not buy puts on it and you end up getting calls, getting COs on this play, I'm sorry for you. I hope that you went long on them. But you know, like I say, not financial advice. But SPY looks good, AMC looks good, GME looks good, SHIB looks good, SoFi looks good. If you guys want to join the Discord, you guys already know to go in and leave a comment down in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. And the moment that you end up leaving a comment, let me know that you want to join before I start charging. I will definitely get you up in there for free. So that's the end of the video. You guys have a great night. Don't let nobody fuck up your night. Don't let nobody piss in your Cheerios. Don't let nobody get you out of your comfort zone. Until then, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Salito out.